Right, the afternoon challenge now. We'll carry on looking at parts of the body. So, we've been starting with the head, haven't we? Oh, I don't think I've labelled head. Let's just label the head. What does head begin with? Now, it's one of those words that doesn't look right when you spell it, though. That's how you spell head. Right, head. So we've got the head. And can you remember what the top of the head was called above the eyebrows? Your forehead. And then we looked at... just put it in focus, the eyes, didn't we? And when you watched the video last time, and we saw that there were blood vessels in there. Can you remember the black part of the eye? What was that called? Pupil. And the colour part around it. The iris. And then you've got your eyelashes. And they had an important job, didn't they? Help protect your eyes. Right, we're going to go on to the next part. Now, this part of the body has something to do with your senses too. So, can you remember what sense we said your eyes had? It was to do with your seeing, your sight, wasn't it? So your eyes would send messages to your brain to work out what was going on in front of you in the world, what you could spot. Now, your nose. Now, I'm going to be very good at doing this. Oh dear. Your nose has one of the other senses, which we'll talk about this afternoon. Can you guess what that is? It's about smell. So we've got our nose. Let's label nose. Now nose, it starts with no. We've got nose, an et on the end. Do you know what the little holes... oh no, I hope they don't look like bogies. What the little holes are called in your nose? Do you know what they're called? They're your nostrils. Right, shall we find out a bit about the nose? Okay, so your nose. Don't pick your nose. Actually, at the end, I've got a video to show you about in your nose. Anyway, your nose has some important jobs in your body. One of them, let's think about first of all, is it helps you take in the air when you breathe, doesn't it? So everyone, close your mouth and sniff the air in through your nose. Breathe it in through your nose. If you do it on your hand, can you feel it? Blow out onto it. So your nose helps you breathe. Let's have a look at a picture in the book. So in this diagram in my non-fiction book, can you see that you would breathe through your nose, and of course you breathe through your mouth too, and the air can then come down into your lungs. So your nose has an important job to help you breathe, and we'll talk more about breathing when we move on to the lungs at another time. But I've got a book here to do with everything that we need to learn about this afternoon in terms of the senses to do with our nose. Now, can you read this funny title? It says, smell it. Smell it. You smell it. What can you smell? Actually, smell now. What can you smell in your house? I don't think I really can smell anything in here, apart from me, of course, because I smell like roses. So I'm going to share some facts that I can find out from this book, and it says your sense of smell helps you to enjoy your food, because we'll learn about your tasting when we talk about your mouth, but when you smell, it helps with the taste buds in your mouth too. And when you have a blocked up nose, sometimes you actually can't taste your food, so that's important to help work when your other senses are working too. Now, this book says there are nice smells that you would enjoy. Can you think of any smells that you actually do enjoy? Imagine smelling them. Or maybe a lovely flower. I know I love the smell of, when someone's cooking like chocolate pudding or something. And then can you think of something that doesn't smell very nice at all? I can think of a few. The thing I'm thinking of is definitely after lunch in the cloakroom next to the toilets. That is disgusting, isn't it? So your smell, sense of smell, tells you if you like some smells and if you don't. But look, it's got a very important job too. So just as your eyesight is very important and helps you warn of things, your sense of smell could save your life as well, because you can smell things of danger. Can you see what do you think they can smell here in this picture? Yes, they can smell the smoke, can't they? And although lots of food smells yummy, look at that, barbecue smells good, your sense of smell can save you from like having things that might hurt your body with something harmful, like food that's gone rotten or gone off. Can you see that girl is smelling some milk that has gone out of its sell-by date, and that does smell disgusting. Maybe that could be a little science experiment that you could do. When you get to the bottom of a milk bottle, leave a little bit of milk at the bottom and leave it out of the fridge, and then the next day or a couple of days later, unscrew the lid and give it a smell. See what it smells like. Oh my gosh. Now, also, of course, it's not just humans who have the noses and smell. Animals use their sense of smell in lots of different ways. So let's have a look at the pictures for this. Now, look here. What can you see here? What are those animals? They're deers. And it says, a mother deer can smell her own baby in a big herd. Yes, because that must be hard to find her baby and all of the different deers out in the fields, and she uses her sense of smell. Now look at this. What can you see here? Yeah, a shark, and look, some blood in the water. Now a shark sniffs blood in the water and then swims to find its food. So that is what this animal uses for. I bet lots of animals use the sense of smell to find their food. And look down here, I bet some of you got some of these. This one here, look, the cat is sniffing its food carefully before it eats it to make sure it's not bad. And some cats are very fussy, aren't they? They might sniff it to see if it's what they actually want to eat or if they want something else. So, what actually happens when you sniff? There is a good title for the page, the heading. A good sniff. A good sniff. So it says this. When you sniff deeply, well, let's all do that. So it's a really deep breath. Sniff. Ready? Smells in the air go up holes in your nose called, we know this, the nostrils. Now, in your nose, tiny hairs at the back sense the smells and send a message to your brain. And then your brain will tell you what you are smelling. So like the eyes, when they send messages to the brain, your nose will send messages to the brain as well. So that's how you know what you are sniffing. Now look here, here's an animal that's got much stronger sense of smell than we have, a dog. And the police actually use sniffer dogs to help them find things. And these dogs are very special because they can help to save lots of people's lives. Right, time for your challenges then this afternoon. I've got 2 challenges that you can do. One is when you go on a walk, and I'm going to do one a bit later, so I'll put a video up this evening of it. You can take like a paper cup or something with you, or a beaker, on a walk. Put some water in your beaker. Might be magic water, like you could turn it blue or something. And then with an adult though, make sure they help you. Pick different flowers and herbs and green leaves and things that grow on your walk, and mash them up and stick them in your magic potion water, and maybe find a stick and give it a good stir and have a good smell to see what perfumes you can make as you're out on your walk. Before you put the things in the water, smell them as well, but make sure you're with an adult so you don't touch something you shouldn't. Can you remember what colour means danger in nature? Things that you shouldn't really pick. It's red, isn't it? So don't pick red berries or anything like that. Okay, and also be careful of the stinging nettles. The second challenge, and this is a challenge where your parents could get revenge on you if you've been a bit of a beast, is get your mum or dad to put lots of different things into pots and maybe blindfold you, and then you've got to sniff to see if you can find out what they are. So it might be different foods, might be some really horrible things, just depends how naughty you've been. Let's see how good your sense of smell is. Can you be like a sniffer dog? Okay, I look forward to seeing those tapestry videos. Now, if you want as well, there's a link below to find out all about bogies, because they're up your nose, aren't they? Shh. But it is from America, and they call them boogers, so that's what they're talking about. But if you want to find out what bogies are for, or why they're there, watch that video too, okay?